Since this is a square root, we're going to have to be careful about what numbers we plug in. So this time, it's not going to be that we can't plug in negative numbers. It's a little more, we have to be a little more careful than that. And that's because we have an x minus 1 under the parentheses. So we can't have x minus 1 be less than 0. So if we plug in 1, we'd have 1 minus 1 under the parentheses, or under the square root here, and that would give us the 0. So anything less than that, so say we plug in 0, then we'd have 0 minus 1. We're going to have a negative number under the square root. So we don't want to do anything less than 1. That's not going to be in the domain. But we can do 1. That would give us, again, 2 times the square root of 0 plus 3, which is just going to be 3. If we plug in 5, and I just chose these x values because they were ones that would come out nicely with square roots. You could just plug in any x value. That would be fine. But if we plug in 5, that'll give us 5 minus 1 underneath the square root. So we're going to have 2 times the square root of 4 plus 3. 2 times the square root of 4 is 2 times 2, so that's 4 plus 3, which gives us 7. And if we plug in 10, that's 2 times the square root of 10 minus 1 plus 3. That's 2 times the square root of 9 plus 3. Square root of 9 is 3, so that's 3 times 2 is 6, plus 3 gives 9. Let's plot those 3 points. 1, 3 is right here. 5, 7 is right here. And then 10, 9 right there. And then we'll draw the function along that curve. For domain and range, again, we can't have any numbers less than 1 because that would give us a negative underneath the square root. And so we also can't have any numbers less than, any y values less than 3, just because the smallest x value we can plug in is 1, and we can't plug in anything less than that to get any smaller y values. So the range is going to be all real numbers greater than or equal to 3.